Hi there. I'm Carrie Ellis, author of 21st Century Superhuman. This is our 21st Century Superhuman show. And today I have with me the wonderful, wild, amazing Jacquie Figg from California. How you doing, girl?
Hi, Carrie. How you doing? I'm doing great.
And I see you have your plasma beanie on.
I do have a plasma. It's a bandana.
Oh, bandana.
So we'll talk about that a little later.
I like it. Very, very cool. So, you know, one of the things, and tell me your friend's name again.
This is Jana.
Jana. And Jana has been having a wonderful experience with some of the things you're producing. So we'll hear her story in just a minute.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd like to just introduce this show by saying, hey, people, if you've wondered about plasma and you've wondered how to get it to work in your life, this show is going to show you how to put it to work in amazing and wonderful ways. Jacquie is a person of energy. You're a mom, right, Jacquie? How many kids? You're a mom. You're a leader of many communities, grown kids, right? And all over the world, you're a global citizen. You have just taken this and run with it. You were a cash manufacturing distributor.
Yes.
And you work with the distribution center in Arizona, so you're constantly using products that they're creating. And you have also become recently certified as a workshop instructor.
Yes.
Level 3, right?
Very cool. Yes.
Yes. And I think you'll go up in your levels. And I actually was lucky enough when I was out on tour, I came to your house in California and co-taught a workshop with you guys. And it was so much fun. And what a great group of people. And there's just so much learning going on in such a rich learning environment. So we're going to talk about all of this today. I just think the most exciting part of this is there's so many things you can do with GANS, with these plasma tools. And come on, people, let's go. Let's turn our worlds into plasma wonderlands. As Tom Salas just found, his house became an oasis when the hurricane came through in Dominica. And the place he had built with plasma tools and plasma energy and just using GANS everywhere. So we're going to talk about that in your world. You have an amazing, wonderful world. Why don't you just give us a little overview of where we're headed today, and we'll look at the pictures and see how many amazing things you're doing.
Well, I think you remember that I started to create super GANs. So, you know, I was kind of using Rife theories, basically. You know, you have a kind of a carrier, a long wave carrier with a shorter wave of GANs on top of that. So now I've started to infuse the GANs with various frequencies, including Rife frequencies, Tesla frequencies, and any other frequencies, healing frequencies I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
I'm actually fortunate enough to have quite a few healing machines. And so I'm able to put those with use, and I'm using GANS as the carrier for those frequencies. From that standpoint, I'm then able to put it into any number of products, basically anything that's water-based or oil-based. I can infuse the frequencies and the GANs into those products, and oh, it's just a wealth of products and stuff and ways to use it. I'm just very excited about it. So I wanted to tell you and share with your viewers.
Yes. I'm so excited to show everybody what you've been working on, because it is amazing. It's amazing, amazing. And you're having ways to test and show results as well, which is really wonderful. Shall we go ahead and start looking at your slides, or you want to start with something else?
No, that would be great.
Okay, let me close one window here, and we will go to screen sharing. Full screen. Whoops. Let me get us out of the way here a little bit so we're not right in the middle of the picture. Screen. Oh, I'm not at the top, am I? There we are.
You're not at the top. There it is.
Who is this wonderful guy?
There's Ken when he was fully able. We'll get to that in a bit. So you can see right there, we started to make water devices, and that really came from that's where the super GANs kind of began. So what I discovered is when you distill GANs or plasmatized water, the frequency stays in the water. So I was able to distill plasma water and then create new GANs from that plasmatized water, distilled water, and I was able to increase the fields of the GANs by doing that.
So that is really an important key, I think. You actually distilled your GANs water and then made a second GANs out of it, right?
Yeah, and I went right up to, you know, what I would call, you know, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see it becomes exponential. The sizes of the fields I discovered grew, and each time when I distilled the water, none of the field was destroyed at all. That was an amazing discovery for me.
And what type of distiller are you using?
I don't know if you can see it behind me, but it is the silver.
I can't tell, but hopefully the viewers
can show you.
We can show later too.
Yes, yes. So yeah, it's just a basic electric distiller, and so yeah, that was a great discovery. So
so you distilled GANS plasma water, and are we talking CO2 zinc? Are we talking
all of them?
Iron? Okay, and the copper. You did them all, and so you make the GANs. You distill it, and then you would take that water and make a new batch, and you did that 5 times.
Yes, I did that 5 times, and I did that with the basic 4, shall we say, the CH3, the CO2, the CuO, and the zinc, and the ZNO. So yeah, it was. I discovered some awesome things, and I don't know. I mean, you know, GANS is like a living material. It's so interesting to watch its formation. And one of the things I did notice was the difference in each stage in how it would form. So that was kind of interesting.
And how did you know? What did you notice?
So, you know, the granules are kind of different. The flow is kind of different. I've been seeing some amazing things. So I'll quickly say I've now discovered a way to actually put these frequencies, various frequencies. Let's say you want frequencies, healing frequencies. Well, for instance, my bandana has about 1,300 different frequencies for brain boosting.
Wow.
Opening the chakra or balancing the chakra, the crown chakra, and also opening or elevating your soul. So that was specific intent.
And those are the frequencies from
Rife Technology and Tesla Technologies.
Okay.
So, and one of the amazing things that I noticed in infusing these frequencies, I've seen some very strange things. So one morning I woke up and the GANS collection bucket was in half. So it was like a wall of GANS was just sitting inside the container. And you kind of get the idea of an avalanche. Like if I sneezed, the whole thing would come crashing down. I was able to siphon it off that way. So literally it was divided in half, like the frequencies were totally pushing this wall back.
Wow.
The most amazing thing, I did get a picture of it. I did not include it in the slides, but it was an amazing kind of discovery. And I've seen these different formations now with different types of frequencies. Some collect at the bottom, some collect at the cathode. And it really depends on how I'm infusing these frequencies, but I've seen some amazing kind of differences.
Nice. So go ahead, and what's Ken doing here?
Yes, in this particular shot, this is where we're actually putting in our new water unit. So you can see the water unit to the right of Ken, which is the left as we look at it.
Yeah.
That big white tube right there. Inside that tube is a number of balls. I can't remember exactly how many, but they are put to structure the water. So they are in a specific geometric shape. They're kind of staggered into like little triangles with a second one that is sitting on top. And those are filled with various GANSes of all different types of frequencies, particularly healing frequencies.
And are these ping pong balls, or what type of balls did you use?
No, I actually use polypropylene balls. I would like to get a larger size. Right now they're 30 millimeters, I believe.
Okay. And you obviously you inject into those, and are you putting the actual GANS itself or the plasma water?
I actually shake whatever I have. So usually it's about 1/3 GANS to about 2/3 of plasma water. And they are various frequencies within different types. So I do use a crystal. As you remember when I started dowsing, we did shows on that, and now I've elevated myself to a crystal. So I use a crystal in deciding what GANS to put in there. We have ones with Tesla frequencies, Rife frequencies, all the minerals. So all the minerals for like magnesium, calcium, you name it. I actually use, let me grab a bottle. I use this wonderful RNA, has some great product. It's a great product. It has all the minerals in it that we basically need.
Nice.
I do use the CalMag and the Recalcium from this system. So
So you put that in as a GANS, or you make that into GANS, or?
Yeah, I create a GANS from it, and so everything, you know,
gets that also. So you're adding, besides the basic elements, you're adding some that are nourishment and minerals and that sort of thing. Now, is this water unit something that you guys created, or is it a purchase thing?
Yes, it is something that we created, and we do sell those. We also make smaller units. This is kind of the size of them right now. So, and it just connects. We can.
That's a house unit.
This is a house unit for. Is this a 1 inch? I think this is 1 inch, but we do them. It could be anything. Yeah. So inside there is the various balls filled with GANS.
So you put it in your water line outside, you run that through it, or is there a way someone can just put it at their kitchen sink, or?
We have both.
Okay.
And we also have a handheld. This is so amazing. So anybody that's out there that's actually making GANS, you can simply fill balls with it. You can put them inside a plastic bag and you can drop that into your water. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Very beautiful. I love the simple solution. If somebody really wants to buy one, they can buy one from you.
They can buy one.
There are so many ways to do this. I know I've helped friends wrap a tube with plasma water in it or GANS in it around their water line. So this is kind of just a little more sophisticated way of doing that.
Absolutely. So all water coming into our house is completely plasmatized. Another way you can do it is you can just get these tubes like this, filled with any type of GANS. This one is actually a fertilizer GANS. It's infused with all the frequencies that are required for plant nutrition. You can do that for your own nutrition, and then they can actually sit inside any kind of drop-down filter system, an RO system, or the larger ones for the larger drop-down water filtration systems. Very simple, very easy to do.
And as you said, you like doing special projects for people as well. So if somebody had a special need, they could contact you and you could make them a system that was
specific for them. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So if you want to go to the next slide, I want to show you some of the difference that we've seen. So there's kind of the structure of the balls that are in there. So it helps to structure the water. It energizes the water, plasmatizes the water, we always said structurizes, energizes. The energy that is in there is pretty amazing. And Jana can actually say a piece on that.
Oh yeah, I was here about 2 weeks ago, and they filled up a 2-liter bottle for me to take with me. And I didn't drink it right away, but on my way home, I drank it. And for the next 2 days, I was like going and doing a bunch of things and, you know, getting into stuff that I hadn't gotten into in like over a year. And I have severe depression, and I have, you know, sleep apnea and fibromyalgia. And I have you know, so I actually spend a lot of time in bed sleeping because I don't have a lot of energy. And most mornings it takes me at least 2 hours to even get out of bed to go get up and do anything.
Wow.
And like for 2 days I was up and I was doing a bunch of stuff. And then of course for the next 4 days, like I was like, and the same thing, I just got here last night after having a big Thanksgiving with a bunch of people yesterday and driving into town the day before. And then I drove an hour and a half from where I was at Thanksgiving last night to here, and I was up until about 1:30 and just drinking like 2 glasses of water. They woke up, I think, at like 7:30. That is like unheard of for me to get up at 7:30.
That's awesome.
And I was a little tired, but I wasn't exhausted like I normally am. And even now, like I have like this energy. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, go on. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, so a really good point about this, because I have people write me a lot and say, well, can I drink plasma water? Should I drink plasma water? And what you're demonstrating here is all we have to do is put it in a container and let our water run next to it. And if we put it in balls like this, we're going to help structure it. So there's many ways to just plasmify the water without having to drink the plasma water. We basically take our regular drinking water, expose it to plasma, and then we have potentized drinking water.
Absolutely. It's pretty easy. And so taking, you know, once I learned that, then I started to think about the frequency. So now you start to add all the minerals that you need. Anyway, it becomes exponential. The great
And how about getting teenage kids to be more active?
Yeah, I mean, my son, he's recently been, you know, he's 20. So he's one of those guys that really doesn't want to do very much during the day. I have seen such a difference in the 4 months that we've been doing this in all of us. And he is up doing projects. I would say it energizes, it balances, and it just enhances your creativity. You actually want to do things. So that's what I'm seeing. So
that is awesome. I can feel it right through the screen here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's the house units right there. And so the balls just fit inside there. And these are 2-inch pipes. Yes. 2-inch connectors. We do order some of the ends specially. They're not so easy to find in Home Depot, but you know, if you go to a regular, what are they called? Irrigation wholesale. Yeah, one of those places. Yeah, Ken is a landscaper, so that was, you know, it was kind of easy to develop from that idea.
And so what is the copper wire doing in there?
Let me, you know what? Oh, there is a that one right there. Okay, so we were at that point we were looking for a way for the balls to remain in and not get clogged into the hole, because that was
gotcha.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that we did, was a spiral in there. We've actually moved to a Triskelion. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so there are Triskelions in there, which helps to kind of spin the water, and you'll see them. Yeah, a little later on you'll see what it does.
Very cool. Yes. Cool.
Okay, so what we actually did then was we put a hose bib in pre-unit and post-unit, so that we could run some tests. These tests still work. So it's not just the frequency that's having the reaction that you're going to see in a minute, or the resolution that you see happen a little later, but it is actually running through one of our units that is creating this really nice water that you're going to see in a minute. So
also, it actually runs right through the unit.
It actually runs right through that unit. Yeah, we actually put this one in line.
And what are you sealing your balls with? Are you using hot glue gun or something else?
No, I found a really good non-toxic glue that works well, which is a Gorilla Glue.
Nice.
Yes. So yeah, it was really hard to find one that is, you know, non-toxic. I did look in the medical industry. They are developing something. Polypropylene is a difficult substance to seal. So we are very careful with that. But yes, that's what we use.
Very cool.
So here's you can see here, the one on the right is pre-unit. The one on the left, the hose bib I'm talking about, is post-unit. That unit is now underneath in between those two. Ken and I filled up those two jars at exactly the same time. And as you can see, my one was the one on the right. It is really white and murky. Ken's is nice and clear. And that was, you know, a pretty amazing immediate visual that you get with the difference.
So the white murkiness isn't GANS. It is.
It has not been through the structurer.
Oh, wow.
And this is no filters. Now imagine here, there is no filter. So this is, we do have a filtration system, but that occurs a lot later down the line. So this is pre-filtration and just our unit.
Nice. And again, to make this as simple as possible, as you said,
Yes.
somebody could put their GANSes into balls and just put them in a plastic bag and throw them over even the kitchen faucet where the water is running out.
Yeah, we found if you get the little tubing, what's it called? The plastic tubing,
Right.
you can fill that with a GANS, just a very short amount, 3 inches.
Yep.
Fill that with GANS, undo your shower head, shove that into the shower head, put your shower head back on, and there you have, you know, a shower, and you're being showered with that. So those kinds of things work pretty easy. Yes.
What a fantastic idea. That is just fantastic. I mean, I'd like to see all of us have this in our home.
Yes, and it is wonderful. Okay, so right there you can see the difference in the water. Again, we filled up, you know, it was on your marks, get set, go. We filled up until the jars were full, turned off, and then I took these photos.
Wow.
So you can see right there the difference. The one on the right is the one that I did. That was pre our unit, and the one on the left is post our unit. No filtration whatsoever. Just a GANS unit. And
you're kind of out in agricultural country as well, so I'm sure there's runoff in the water and that.
Oh yeah,
potential.
We're well water, right? Yeah. It's city well water that we have here. So and very high ppms. It's about 900 or so ppm. So and you can see them all sitting right there in that white jar.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the other thing we did notice was a raise in the pH, and I want to talk about that a little bit because a lot of people want the really high pH. We saw a nominal elevation in the pH, so alkalizes. So it does alkalize too, and not a great amount. It's about 0.5, still substantial. So if you think about your body and if you think about pH in terms of voltage, pH is a voltage measurement, but in liquid. So what you're doing, your normal cells require like 7.25 pH just to maintain, which is about 25 millivolts. So you need it's actually a little bit higher. So I think it's 7.35 to do better, which is about 35 millivolts to actually create new cells. This is what we're actually doing. So if you imagine you're adding energy into your system, you're actually able to increase your ability to make new cells.
Wow.
So that's basically what's going on here. Yeah. So I love it. Yeah. And that's just a second photo on the same.
So that says, it looks like it says 486. So what is that telling us?
That's actually pretty acidy at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think it goes up a little bit, but yeah, it went up about 7.25. So it was,
oh, good. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in the next shot, you have a picture. That's a Tesla coil right there. So as I was telling you earlier, I have quite a lot of frequency devices. I'll name a few. So we have a beamer. Here I have an FSM machine. I also have various, this would be a LED. Couldn't think of LED. Infrared and ultraviolet. I have numerous other ones. We have like I said, a beamer, a mini spectra, Think of any others? We do have others.
The Lakovsky coil.
Oh, look, and the Lakovsky coils right here. So we're able to use these to infuse various frequencies into the GANs. Oh, I have a Rife generator as well. Actually, it's not behind me, it's over there right now. But yeah, so we're able to use that to actually infuse various frequencies into the GANs. And yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Very cool.
Very cool. So that would be one that just goes on a hose bib. And also, yeah, we use that as a handheld as well. We tried to get a better design with a funnel, and we are working on that so that you can actually hold it and just pour your water through it, and then you have the energized water.
But you could do this in a utility sink or
absolutely.
Like that.
Yeah, or you force it outside. Again, right. You could use, yeah, a fertilizer. We do ones for fertilizer specifically. So it has all the fertilizer frequencies in it.
Nice.
Yeah. I was hoping that was next. So that goes to show you, that's our water. You can see all the energy in that water. You can see how it's starting to circulate. I love watching this. So I have these in my back room, bunches of these 3-gallon and 5-gallon containers, and I'll go by every now and again, and you tap one and you'll see all the bubbles come up. You're on there reformed, but you know, I like to mess with them.
Have you tried, and yeah, and I've called those, you know, plasma or nano fields.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yes. Have you tried freezing it to see what happens?
I have not. You know,
that
no.
would be a fun next experiment. But you can see the field movement, like
you can see
the little lines that come up when we. Sorry, I've got a plane going over.
Yes. And it is really interesting. I mean, we watch the formation of these. Sometimes they're in groups. I don't know. It's, yeah, you're going to think I'm weird.
No, it's very cool.
So that's kind of some of the GANSs I've been making. I now have probably trebled that since that photo, but I haven't put them all into little jars right now.
Wow, gorgeous.
So yeah, that's my regular bunch, but now I've added all these different frequencies to it. And so I'm seeing a lot of bubble. Since adding the frequencies, I should add, I'm seeing a lot more bubbles in the GANS water itself.
And you are using nano-coated copper in your process, and then are you using any electricity at all, any current?
I do use very low current, about 1.5, usually because I'm, you know, I have a lot of ideas that I want to make.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. It's like I can't make GANS fast enough. I know.
Yes, you know, I do go through a lot of water. And now if you can imagine, I'm using all this frequency water and plasmatized water in all my new production. So everything's contaminated with all these healing frequencies. So
I love contaminated with healing frequencies.
Yes.
And listen to the laughter.
Oh, it's really wonderful.
This is your little workshop there, and I want to say this is such a fantastic place to come to go to a workshop, because there's so much going on. You've got look at all that GANS and tools, and maybe we'll look over at Ken if he's still there and see the other end of it.
Yeah, when we get to his foot, I'll turn it around. So you can see right there the distiller, that silver container on the left-hand corner of the bench.
Yep.
That's the distiller right there. So you can see the Rife generator right there as well. So all the jars that are on the desk right there are kind of new ones that I've been making. I've made some vitamin C GANS, which I haven't used yet, but I can't wait for skin. Retinol, hyaluronic acid I'm making right now.
Wow.
I've been
because you're making skin creams, so you're making the GANS out of some of the materials that you want in it.
Yeah, because I find that really easy to work with when it comes to making the materials that I want to make. Right. Anyone who's seen the movie Tomorrowland, I think it's Tomorrowland with the tachyons. So I have been trying to use some tachyon frequencies. I think that's what's making me go so fast.
Right.
So behind me, I have the Tesla frequencies and the Rife frequencies. Also, the frequencies from about 80 different crystals. So I know,
Right there?
yep, right here I have my selenite,
Wow.
which I've been making some soap for anybody out there, which I know a lot of Keshe followers actually use their hands healing other people. So I think they would appreciate the selenite soap, which helps to clean off other people's energy. So for those of us that do that, I think it's an important addition. So
Nice.
yeah.
And I'm always looking at plasma in photos too. I think your light has kind of a plasmatic field around it.
Yes, we went and it's actually, so I would like to mention LED right now. Very important technology. When you take an LED light, for instance, and you apply it to your shin bone, and the reason why you use your shin bone is because the bone is the closest to your skin, so it has very easy access. The LED light helps to stimulate and create, yeah, the infrared. So let me emphasize infrared.
So that's a plugged in LED light or a LED light that's on. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. But the frequency from that can also be harnessed into GANS. But for this purpose right here, once you apply it to your shin bone, you're stimulating stem cells. Green LED helps to move stem cells. Now you can't yet decide where they're going to go, but this technology is a great technology to be using. You can go to PubMed. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but PubMed, yeah, it's a great source of information. You look up LED on PubMed, you'll see some of the papers that have been written on there by doctors and other scientists.
Great information.
Yeah.
Great. And I love seeing your coils hanging there.
Yes.
Nano-coated. Hanging there to dry or whatever.
Yes, those were nano-coated and those are drying off right now. So yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. I want to hear this story. This is exciting.
Yes. So I don't know if you remember, but a while back we purchased a bio well before I went to Peru the last time. And a bio well camera happens to it's a gas discharge camera that looks at the energy in a body. It can also look at the energy in the environment, because I do have something called the Sputnik, and also the energy in water. So right here, what we're looking at is...
does that, now that camera also connects to a computer program that spits you out this graph?
Yes, yes. So yeah, this is part of somebody's report. I went to meet this guy over in Starbucks, which is about 5 miles away, because I didn't want our energy field here to... Where are you going? We're going to need you soon. It's poor old Ken.
He's running. He knows he's up next.
Yes. So we have... So I met him at Starbucks to do a reading, and it takes readings from all of your digits from both hands, and that connects with all of your meridians. And so this one shows how all of his organs were out of balance. That's how he was when I first met him.
We've got a lot of, that's kind of really interrupting you in the background. It's
yeah, Ken, can you shut the door, because you guys are like right by the door. Thank you, babe. Yeah, they're moving.
Okay, so tell us that last little bit again.
So yeah, this shows all of his organs that are out of balance. And
wow. So the darker color is out of balance organs.
Well, what it is, it looks at both the left and right of each organ. So it's kind of like Chinese medicine. It looks at all the meridians, and there's both a yin and yang on each of these meridians. So this looks at those meridians, and then there should be harmony or balance within each of the organs.
Right.
And
so we're also looking at the height of these, is that correct? Or
what you're looking at is the blue versus the green.
The blue versus the green. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so the blue versus the green shows where it's really like not in balance.
Right.
They should be kind of closer together. So the height is not important, but the elevation of how they both meet up is what's important.
So you took this picture with him outside of your environment. You were at Starbucks 5 miles away because you didn't want him exposed to your GANS environment.
Absolutely. And I'll also add, he was not allowed to eat or drink or have anything at Starbucks that would influence any of these readings or the later reading.
Wow. And so did he have a health challenge, or was he just a regular guy?
He does have some health challenges, and as you can see here, there's quite a few health challenges actually. And when you're out of balance, those challenges are much more difficult to overcome. Let's put it that way. So when you're in balance, and again, well, you know, I just mentioned earlier about the energy. When you add energy to the cell, extra energy, when you raise the pH, when you raise the millivolts that are in each cell, then you're able to not only maintain but heal and also replicate.
Beautiful. So
yeah,
he came to your place, right?
he came to my place. I had made him a shirt, and I know you're wearing one of my shirts.
Yes, I'm wearing one of your shirts. I love it. It's a GANS shirt.
It's a GANS shirt, yes. And it has the frequency right there, the pink frequency of love and harmony. So you see that right there. That helps to enhance the frequencies in the shirt.
Yes.
Color is an important factor as well. So
color has a frequency.
Color has a frequency. So you, hence the purple for the bandana.
So he put on a shirt and he sat in your face.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure he had a glass of water, and you could see here the difference. He now only had 3 organs that were out of balance.
Wow. So we go back and look at that and come and look at this.
Yeah, so you can see the balancing that's going on. So that's the difference of an hour being within our, and also his energy level had gone up as well.
Right.
So when you go to the next one shows the chakra balance that went on. The one to the left is free, and the one on the right is after sitting in our environment for an hour. So big difference.
That is amazing. How awesome. Was he excited to see this?
Yes, he was. Yes, definitely. So now I need Ken.
I'll go get him.
Yes. We've been seeing a number of. Did he disappear on me?
We need you.
Yes, we need you. I'm going to face it that way.
Okay. Or you can just tell us the story. Go ahead.
Yes. Ken fell off of the ladder. He fell off a ladder, and as you can see, yeah, he can come and sit here. Come and sit here then, baby. He's on crutches still. So this happened. Yeah, this happened 9 days ago. And this was taken immediately. You can see pretty much there. The rest of the bruise hadn't come out. The bruise, so he hit on the bottom of his foot. There is a knot under there, and it completely, it was like a shock absorber. The bruise actually goes all the way up to his knee, behind his knee. Yeah.
And so what did you do for him? How did you get him saturated with plasma?
Well, we have plasma water always. So that's one thing to say. I mean, that healthy water that he's been drinking, and he drinks maybe about a gallon a day, I would say. It's close, and it tastes really good. So it's very easy to drink. It does taste really good. Very easy water. I'm not a water drinker. Very easy water to drink. So also he's been using the plasma socks. So I did make socks. And do you want to tell him what you felt when you had the sock on?
Well, when I first put the sock on, the right foot was warm. The left foot was not. And the right foot's the one I hurt. I was really surprised. It was almost like the infrared light that we have also will heat up my foot. It felt like that.
So you can feel this healing going on. We have been using infrared, and that's it today. I just took that just before the show.
Wow. So and that's with 9 days of healing. That is awesome.
Yes, 9 days of healing. And yesterday he went to Home Depot and walked all around Home Depot, which is pretty tough when you're on crutches. So he, the actual swelling has gone down a lot. The bruise is now fully exposed and healing. As you can see, the bruising has gone down a lot on his foot. So yes, we've been seeing.
And you said also he has an old case of psoriasis, which is improving as well.
You want to say about that?
Yeah, since we started the water about 4 weeks ago.
4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
Noticed, slowly that the psoriasis is clearing up, and it's interesting is because it will clear up from the inside out.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean very large patches. So, and like all the ones that were on his thighs. No, I'm trying to think. Okay, what's this? It's a lap when you're sitting down. Yeah, on his thigh. When you stand up, it disappears. But on his thighs has completely cleared up. And like he said, it actually clears up from the center and then out to the edges. So it's kind of an interesting healing, the way that that works. The other thing that he's been doing, I should say, is really good plasma baths. So every other day, because I create a lot of plasma water runoff, so it has the salt still in it. It has the aminos in it. So today was a wonderful one with retinol and vitamin C aminos in there. And yeah, GANS from CO2. So
you just add those to the bathtub and do a soak in that.
Absolutely. I pour maybe a gallon in there of that stuff because to me it's runoff from all the stuff that I make.
Very good.
Yeah, very cool.
We've got about 7 minutes left. I want to keep moving through what you've got here. And the one thing you didn't mention, because you're using these frequency devices, which you mentioned to me earlier, that was it the Tesla device that was being used in hospitals until 1940, and
yes,
every case of cancer was cured with it.
Yeah, they're called Lakovsky coils, if you want to look those up. Lakovsky.
Great.
Yes.
Lakovsky coils.
Lakovsky coils. Those were curing cancer. Of course, everyone knows about the right frequencies that are available. This little device here works a little differently. This teaches or reteaches certain organs to harmonize or resonate in the correct frequency. So it works a little different than some of the other stuff.
Nice.
So I love them. They're very cool. So, yes. There's some of the dyes that we have. And sorry, no, you're fine.
And you do this with natural dyes, right, Jackie?
I do both. So there are both. There's a Procyon dye, which, you know, is fiber reactive. It literally opens up the fibers. As you can see here, I have the purple bandanas, purple for the crown chakra. So these have all the frequencies in them for opening up the third eye. It's a brain boost. Really, I really like it, actually. The one I'm wearing, it's the same thing.
Nice.
We do have natural dyes too, and also with hemp and cotton. So completely organic shirts. These ones are 100% cotton. Everything is at least 100% cotton. So. And
the socks. And then where do you sell these?
We have Etsy, KF Plasma Energy. I know you'll have a link on the show. So yes.
Yes. We'll have a link under the video. People will be able to find where to contact you, where to get your stuff, etc.
Yes, a lot of people were asking for things for the head, so these are a really great addition.
Nice.
Eye drops, which I love.
I have some of the eye drops here. I love them too. Thank you so much.
Very good. Oh, you're very welcome. This is for making soaps. So
I can see your little bottles of GANS down there.
Yes, yeah, my kitchen is constantly.
Look at that organic virgin coconut oil, olive oil. Looks like all yummy, wonderful things that would be great to have on the skin. Yeah,
that's medical grade lye, and I use, you know, the best quality products I can find.
Nice.
And I'm always looking for new places to buy them from.
Little brown powder down there? Is that herbs or?
Actually, that one right there is keef, because that's for, we're making right there GANS soap. I do make a lot of GANS soap. It is very, very good at pain. So if you have pain, perhaps tendonitis, anything like that, it's very, very good.
Wow.
So I can usually, it's kind of weird. When I first make it, I, you know, wash my hands immediately with the soap that's left over in the pot. And then I can feel the field, usually from my wrist all the way around my hand. And it will just, every time I wave my hands, I'm like, whoa.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's very soft. I love it. So, so that's just making soap right there.
Nice.
Yes, okay, so these are my new baskets. I'm very excited about the toothpaste. So all organic material, organic clove oil is in there, bentonite clay, There's a couple of different oils. I do use coconut oil as one of the bases, but there are some other oils that I put in there. Organic cinnamon. I really like it, actually. It's mineralizing. There is another magnesium and calcium that I put in there.
Is there GANS in it as well, or plasma water?
Oh, yeah. All of these are made, with
your water.
And with healing frequencies, I do add other GANs. Now in these products, I use the top of the GANs. So just the water from the GANs. So some GANs material has to get in there as you pour it off. There's some oil. There's the bath bombs, soap, eye drops, and I'm making a deodorant as well. Nice. And we do have.
Somebody wanted to get others started or themselves using plasma products. This is a great gift idea.
A great gift idea for Christmas, and it is available at Etsy at the KF Plasma Energy site. So yes.
Beautiful job with those.
Yeah.
I know there's a few other people in the world doing these kind of things, and they're really treasures. I mean, you get your hands on some of the stuff that somebody has worked and made the GANSes and potentized everything. And oh my gosh, what a beautiful blessing to have in one's household. And
oh yeah. So I should also mention, so anyone that does get a basket, they will also get a 10% discount on anything else that they want to buy off of the KF Plasma Energy. So just to put that in there, if you want to buy like a car unit, house unit, if you want to come to a workshop, then it will, these baskets will have a discount on them so that you can, you're not only giving a gift for Christmas, but you're encouraging them to do something and learn something more. So,
nice.
I actually really like those. Dave Paris got a bunch of them.
Great.
I shouldn't say that because if you know Dave Paris, you're going to expect one for Christmas.
Nice. And so the little tag says 10% off on it.
Yeah, so on the back of it will have the 10%. Yeah.
So once the person gets the gift, then they can go get a car unit or a house unit, and they'll get 10%.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Very cool. And we want to encourage people who have been students of the Keshe material for the last couple of years to start thinking about becoming certified workshop instructors. And the Keshe Foundation has now put this invitation out. And Jackie, I know you and I are both very supportive of it.
Yes.
You went through, the application process and were approved because you've been working at this and teaching. And you have a certain amount of knowledge, and there are 5 levels. So someone might even just know a little bit how to make GANS and nanocoat, and they might still be certified at the first level. So
absolutely. Yes, I was very excited actually, to get this. They're giving a lot more support and resources, which is really nice. And it's really great. So each Saturday, I will be holding a class. You can get to those via I think you probably have the website. It's the Keshe community website. So you can go on there and you can book a workshop. There's level 1, 2, and 3. The first Saturday of each month, I will be doing level 1. The second Saturday, level 2. And the third and fourth Saturday will be level 3. And in each of those, you will actually have hands-on training as well as all the basic knowledge that you need on plasma, nanocoating, everything.
What does it to be in your environment? I mean, as you know from going to Peru, I mean, there's so much that gets learned in these environments because you're with other people, you're seeing things put into practice, you're learning how to put it into practice, and what a great gift to the world.
Yes. And as you know, our workshops are right next to our house, so we are able to have, provide accommodations, food, whatever else it is that you will need. We really enjoy these workshops, so contact us.
Awesome.
If not us, do one somewhere. They're opening up all around. There's not that many in the US, but if you need one closer to where you live, let me know and I'll find you someone if we can't do it ourselves. So
awesome. There's so many things. I know you have your Etsy store, and you also sell things through Keshe USA Arizona. We will
Keshe
put under this video links as to how to find everything. We spoke about community.keshefoundation.org.
Yes.
If you'd like to be around like-minded people and start communicating about more of this and learning what's there, a great site to join.
Yes.
Jackie, thank you so much. And I just want to encourage, yes, everyone out in the listening audience, please make GANS, nanocoat, make GANS.
Yes.
Begin winding and putting things together and putting GANS in balls and hanging it up around your yard and, you know, running your water through things.
Yes.
What an amazing life we are all living. The level of health and vitality that we're operating in because of this is off the scale. And we're only just beginning. I mean, every home can be a plasma oasis with radiant, resonant, higher frequency life going on.
Just quickly on that, another big difference, animals. All my animals receive plasma water. Their coats are amazing. I have a friend who's a vet, and she's seen the difference when we put the water system in, and post. All of a sudden she was looking and she's like, wow, their coats are amazing. Another thing is your skin. The skin is so much softer, and I don't know, I feel younger, more vibrant, happier.
It's true.
Yes, more creative.
Awesome, my sister. So much love to you guys out there and everyone there. And may there just be a great rainbow of light over your house and your presence and all that you're sharing.
Thank you. It does feel like it. It feels like it. Thank you, Cary. Thank you very much.
We want to remind everyone out there, breathe, smile, make GANS, make yourself some health pens, get your life to be plasmatic. And hopefully this has encouraged you and given you some great ideas.
Wonderful.
We shall see you soon on the path to peace with the Keshe Plasma energy technology and all these wonderful things going on our beautiful planet. Many blessings and see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.